What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Forge for Greatness. I'm your host, Chris LaForgia. This podcast is for the builders, the creators, and the underdogs who are forging their own path. It's not just about the wins, it's about the struggles, the process, the mistakes we all make along the way, and the moments that actually forge us. Today, I have the honor and privilege of being joined by Carol from Bringing Tidy Home. What's going on, Carol?
Not much. Pleasure to be here.
I'm very tired today.
It's okay. It's okay.
But the whole purpose of the show is like learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
So like the last episode, or one of the last episodes, I like totally fucked up the intro.
That's okay.
And I was just like, you know what? We're gonna roll with it. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So bringing tidy home, bringing calm to people's chaotic lives, right?
Yeah.
Organizing, decluttering their homes.
Yeah.
We'll get into all that. But where did you grow up?
In Livingston, New Jersey.
All right.
So not far from here.
What was that environment like as a child?
Well, I mean, Livingston's great in general. I grew up with immigrant parents. I was the only one born in America. My brothers were both born in Portugal as well. Oopsie child, I guess.
Yeah.
And, because my brothers were a little bit older than me and my parents were always working, I think what it did was it actually forged independence in me. I kind of had to figure things out on my own, and I was never afraid to kind of be like, this is what I'm going to do. I can do it. I was also, I would think Italian culture too, but like Portuguese culture, it was always like, well, the boys can do this, but the girls, they got to stay home and they got to do this. And so that was always, for me, like a huge motivator to prove like, no, actually I can do that too. So that has always been ingrained in me. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Are you Portuguese and Italian, or
I'm just Portuguese.
just
I
Portuguese?
married Italian.
Okay, got it. What's your maiden name?
Martins.
Martin.
Yeah,
That's a
Martins.
Portuguese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you speak Portuguese?
I do.
All right.
Sim, falo muito português.
I speak a lot of Portuguese.
Yes.
Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay.
So do you speak Italian?
Un poco, sì.
Okay.
Io parlo un poco italiano.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's
very
Portuguese
similar.
No, but like it's different.
Yeah.
Like you have like that
It's a Portuguese
twang.
Yeah, it's like Spanish and Russian had a baby.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. But yeah, I can understand Spanish. I can understand Italian, but I really can only speak Portuguese.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So growing up in that household, right, where you had to prove yourself, what kind of adversity did you face early on in your childhood?
Well, I think in general, because my parents, English wasn't their first language, and if I brought something home from school that needed a little bit of parental, monitoring or assessment, they really didn't know where to even start with it. So I had to kind of figure things out on my own. And that's kind of the adversity that I had was kind of teaching them as a child, and learning alongside them.
Yeah.
So I kind of, when there's something that I don't know, I just Google it. I YouTube it. I find a video and I, go by instruction. So I have that attitude that I can really do anything that I want to do.
Yeah. How old were they when they came over here?
So they were in their early 30s. I want to say 30, 31.
Okay.
And they came over with my brothers, who I think were 3 and 6 at the time, maybe even a little bit older. They kind of moved in with some family. They lived in a 3-family home in Elizabeth. And then from there, they, moved to Livingston, to give us a better opportunity. And just by chance, they ended up there.
Were they supportive growing up?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my parents, while they both had, so in Portugal, they were professors. They ran entire schools, and they came here. My mom started a cleaning business because, that degree does not,
Okay.
transfer over.
Starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah. My father did something completely unrelated, but they're both artistic and creative at heart.
Yeah.
So my dad does wood sculpting. My mom is a watercolor painter. And so I always had that creativity. In high school, I wanted to either be a photographer or an interior designer. and then I chose nursing. So, and that comes from the fact that I've always liked to help people.
Yeah.
So I've always been someone interested in like making someone feel better.
No, I love
Now
that.
I get to do all of it. I get to be creative. I get to make people feel better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what was your first taste of success as a child?
Hmm. First taste of success as a child. I um I don't know that I have an answer to that as a child, but I would say like basically going back to the point before, like if I said like, "Oh, I bet you I can pick mommy up," and then I did it, like I just would always prove to them that
Mm-hmm.
if I challenged myself, I was able to do it.
Yeah.
And to me, that was success. It was like, oh wow, like I didn't even really know that I could do it. I told them I could do it, and I had to prove it. And that kind of goes back to starting a business. Like I wasn't so sure of myself in the beginning, like if I actually could, but I was like, why not?
Okay.
Like I'm gonna try.
What were some early mistakes in staying in childhood, right? What
Hmm.
were some early mistakes that you made as a child?
So
Learning moments too.
yeah, I feel like as I didn't always have the confidence that I do now. Like as a child, I was really quiet. Usually in the friend circle, I wasn't the one making all the shots, like making all the decisions. And I was always agreeable. Like I was always easygoing. And I feel like a lot has changed since then.
Okay. How? How so?
Because I feel like I've learned my value.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you ask anybody in my life now, like I'm the one making the organized plans, the schedules, making the recommendations.
Mm.
They call me the cruise director. Like, so, at some point I kind of found my voice and gained that confidence.
So looking back, again, we're staying in childhood, but looking back, would you say the wins or the losses shaped you more into the person that you are today?
Definitely, I feel like the losses are always what shapes you.
Mm.
The best lessons are learned the hardest way, right? So those moments I think stick with us and help to shape us into who we are.
Love it.
Yeah.
So transitioning now into your business,
Yeah.
bringing Tidy home, was your mom the reason why you started this?
My mom, maybe the OCD is like genetic. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But she definitely likes to hold on to things, and I like to let go of things.
Okay.
So we don't have that in common. I definitely think like liking things neat and tidy is maybe a result of her. But I don't know, oftentimes the reason we like organization and we like our counters clear and whatnot is because it's a sense of control. So sometimes I wonder if, you know, having a lack of control maybe as a child forces you to want more control in adulthood. And so we become controllers of our environment.
Control freaks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit.
So I feel like the older generation is like that though. Like
Yeah.
they like to keep shit. They like
Yeah.
to hoard shit.
Yeah.
Like my mom to this day, like you look in
Yes.
her. I'm sorry if you're watching this, mom, but like if you look into her
I
car
know.
or like the garage or like it's
Yeah.
just like shit
Yeah.
piled on top of one another, and it's like why? Like
Yeah,
what do
yeah,
you
yeah.
need this stuff for? Like
Yeah. Well, I think they grew up with scarcity. So you didn't know when you were
yeah,
going to get the next thing, right? At least my parents for sure. I hear stories about, even my husband's grandparents, like the Ziploc bags, you would rewash them and dry them, the
oh my
plastic
God.
cups and plastic forks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So it was wasteful to like get rid of things. You always knew somebody who could use it. And nowadays, I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, but we're over consumers. If we want it, it's at our doorstep the next day,
Of course, of course.
I do think it's healthy for us to donate and get rid of things. I don't think we should hold on to things just because. I'm also not looking to be wasteful though. So that's why we donate. Like things don't go in the garbage.
Yeah.
They go to either thrift stores or Vietnam vets or whoever can. Even if they're selling it for a profit, that profit goes to helping somebody in need.
Mm. When did you start this journey?
So the actual business journey started roughly 2020. So I was pregnant with my second. I was working at a nurse at St. Barnabas. And I knew that there was more for me, not aside from nursing. I just was looking at like, what other degrees can I get? I had my school nurse certification. I was thinking about maybe doing education. And then I was known at work for being the organized nurse. Like
Yeah.
they labeled the stapler as a big running joke for me. So I said to somebody one day, like, oh, like, I just wish like this would be a dream job of mine. And they were like, why not? You can do it. And then at the time, The Home Edic was on Netflix, which I don't know if you know this, but it's like a big organizing show where they organize for celebrities.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, and it kind of blew up. And from there, I was like, you know what? Like, if they can do it, why can't I do it? And that's been my big motto. Like, if they can do it, why can't I do it? And that's like side note where I'm thinking about doing investment properties now as well. And like, again, if they can do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
So I started just organizing for free. I put out a Facebook post. I said, I want to organize for free. And a couple people took me up on the offer. And then from there, it was just, hey, I told a friend about you. And that friend
The
told a
domino
friend.
effect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. What do you love the most about your business? Besides obviously cleaning shit up. And,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you
it's
know.
very satisfying. I'm definitely, I think, addicted to the adrenaline that you get, like the dopamine hit from like donating an item. I always joke around with my clients. I'm like, you're going to get addicted. You can't just do one space. It feels so good. The reason why, what I love about it is that I truly love making a difference for people. And every time I leave a client's house and they're either in tears or they're just smiling and they're saying like, oh my God, you have no idea. Or they send me a text later on in the day and it's their kids walking into their newly organized playroom and they're just like jumping and, they haven't spent this much time in there in months. That's what fuels me. That's what keeps me going.
Walking into my basement before, I'm sure your brain was going of where certain things can go. And
your house is great.
Oh my God.
10 out of 10.
You don't have to just say that. Listen.
A+. No.
You can give me a truthful assessment.
Not
before
cluttered
you leave today.
at all.
Okay.
Not cluttered at all. I felt good walking into
Well, you
your
haven't
house.
seen the whole house. So
Opening up closet doors.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm very OCD with keeping things clean too. Like there's a book called what was it? Start Something That Matters.
Okay.
Have you ever read it?
No.
The owner of Tom's Shoes is the author of the book.
Yeah.
And there's like a chapter where he talks about keeping your car clean, keeping your space clean, keeps up here clean.
Yeah. I always say, if my counters are cluttered, my brain is cluttered.
Yeah.
Like I can't think straight. Even if the kitchen, it has nothing to do with work. I could be working in the office, but if I walk through the kitchen and the kitchen is cluttered, it just does something to me. And that's why my clients are always like, I feel like a weight is lifted. Yeah. Like physically, you feel different.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like there's a friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name, but
call him out.
His car is just like shit everywhere. Like food wrappers and vape pens. And like, it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And
but you know what?
like,
not everybody's impacted the same way because I see it even in couples. So if, for example, the wife calls me, she'll say like, this doesn't bother my husband. It bothers me. And he doesn't understand what it's doing to me. Like every day I have to look at this endless to-do list of things that need to be put away.
But don't you think psychologically it's messing him up too?
Maybe
if his
like
space is like that much of a mess, isn't like something off in there too?
Maybe he doesn't realize the impact it would have on him. But I truly think like, and especially, I believe it's like left-sided and right-sided brain.
Yeah.
I think that some people think with one side and others are predominantly using the other. And I think creatives tend to be, from what I've seen in studies, is like creatives tend to be sometimes a little bit messier and it's just part of the creativity process.
Okay.
But I do think that some people, it wears on them more because it like I said, it looks like an endless to-do list. Like, oh, I got to put that away. So it's a reminder and that takes energy from you. It stops you from what you were doing as you were walking by to think about that. And we don't even realize we're doing it. And imagine like you just don't see it anymore. It's just not there. And it's like, oh, that's weird. I didn't get stopped in my tracks to think about what I had to do, you know? So ADHD is a big one.
Yeah.
A lot of people with ADHD struggle with staying organized because they're overstimulated by it and they have a hard time focusing to put that one item away.
I think I have ADHD,
Yeah,
but I do a good job at
yeah,
keeping shit organized and clean.
yeah.
Like I've literally gotten for birthday presents from my wife's family mostly, like Swiffer mops and Swiffer pads. Like
Oh my God, I
it's
have a
absurd.
really good, have you ever heard of the Broomy?
No.
Okay, so this is what happens. I go to my clients' houses.
Is that the vacuum and
No,
broom?
no, no, no. I
Okay.
get influenced going to my clients' houses. It's like a squeegee like broom, but it picks up like everything off the floor, like fur, like little
That
tiny
sounds
things.
expensive.
It's not. It's like 25 bucks on Amazon.
Really?
Yes, I'll send you a link.
Well, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. Literally, my organizer asked for it for Christmas, which is why I bring it up because she was like so influenced by my client
I
having
love
it.
it. I love it.
But yeah, those are the types of gifts you get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but maybe that's your coping mechanism for ADHD. Is
Yeah.
it's not that you have OCD, it's that your ADHD is amped up
Yeah.
unless you stay organized.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
I'm
know.
not a doctor,
Good to
just a
know.
nurse.
So staying on the business, right? What were your early wins? First taste of success with the business?
Yeah, so the first paying client that I had, I remember walking away and being like, I just got paid to do that. Like that was
Yeah.
so much fun. And then from there, I think that just like really started to build me up. And then I think my next biggest win was starting to work with a team because initially I was doing everything by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm nuts. As a nurse, I'm used to working 12, 13-hour shifts. So I thought like 13-hour days were normal. But when you're working in a garage and lifting, and I mean, my body was breaking, my knees were falling
Yeah.
apart. So bringing in a team made all the difference. And it's so much more fun to work with other people and not have to work alone all the time. But we're able to get things done so fast and just be in and out for clients instead of taking up their entire day.
How far into the business did you start adding people?
About a year to a year and a half. I
Okay.
started with adding like 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Initially, it was like my best friend, my brother. I've actually had past clients that are now some of my organizers.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah,
love it.
so it's crazy how it all comes together. And yeah, so about a year and a half to 2 years in, and now we just hit the 5-year mark this month. We celebrated 5 years.
Love it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank
It's
you.
awesome.
And now our team there's 6 of us. So
Nice. Nice.
yeah.
So those were early wins. What were some early mistakes that you made? Some failures?
Um, So I think initially when you start a business, like you're willing to do things that you normally wouldn't do just because A, you're afraid to say no, or B, you're like, "Oh, God, I got to take any project I
Yeah, you
can
got to
get."
get the work. Yeah.
Right. So you get the work, but it's not always your ideal client. It's not always the type of work that fuels you or makes you really happy. And I think a lot of times too, just like you undervalue yourself. So for me, it was like, well, I don't want to do it for that price. Can you do it for this price? And me just being like, okay, sure. And then at the end of the day, walking away feeling like garbage, you know?
Devalued you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
devalued. Like you don't feel good about yourself. You feel like they didn't even really appreciate you. And I
Yeah.
feel like the clients that are willing to invest in you and you invest in them in return, like they're the most appreciative. And you walk away feeling like not just valued, but like I made a difference and that felt good, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I think
It
that was a big
sucks.
learning one for me, though. It was like saying yes to everything does not mean you're successful. Success is like a completely different definition.
I would say that was like some early mistakes of mine too.
Yeah.
Is just like underselling myself
Yeah.
and like, you know, giving discounts. It's like,
Yeah.
because like you're training people to always expect a discount when you do that,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
it's like
You
going
set the
forward.
bar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, but I think also what I want to say is like for anybody that is starting a business, like it is very difficult to come in and be like, this is my worth. And anyone who does not want
When
to
you
pay,
haven't proven yourself
when you
yet.
have it, you almost have to prove it to yourself. It's
Yeah.
nobody else you're proving it to. You have to prove to yourself that I am worth more than this.
Yeah.
And when you've had enough of it, that's when you're willing to make the change and you don't look back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, biggest mistake that affected not only the business, but you on a personal level.
So One of my, I would say, ooh, that's a hard one.
But it also taught you something too. It was a lesson
Yeah.
that you
I think one of my biggest mistakes was bringing somebody on a little bit on the earlier side who I was ready, like, because I felt like she was really experienced and really knowledgeable, and I was, like, ready to, like, give her the keys and be like, "You're gonna, like, be on, like, it's gonna be me and you running this
Mhm.
show." Even though it's my business, because I was so eager, being a business owner, especially by yourself, it's your CEO, your CFO, your marketing,
Yeah,
your publicist. You wear a lot of hats, and it's exhausting, especially when you have a young family growing at home.
yep.
So I was really excited to have the possibility of sharing responsibility with somebody else, but it was like I almost opened up too much, and I think it went a little sour, which I regret. It's just not ideal. I feel like ultimately you can't have somebody thinking that they're a partner if they're not really a partner.
Mhm.
So I would say that kind of, in that moment, it was really hard because it made me not trust bringing in other people and really disclosing information to them,
Yeah.
where I know it was just not the right fit. Like, for her, it didn't work out. For me, it didn't work out. But yeah, I've learned since then that, like, if you are going to bring somebody in and open up to them, like, they really have to prove and, like, work their way up to it. It's not just you walk in and
But
here
they
you go.
also have to share the same vision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to be on the same page
Yeah.
as you as
For
well,
sure.
right?
Because, like, like you're a parent. We're
Yeah.
growing children at home, but, like, this is our baby too.
Yeah.
Like, this was blood, sweat, and tears to
Yep.
build this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And if it's not for the other person, then it's
exactly.
most likely not going to work out.
Yeah, it's tough.
So, what was your aha moment? Like maybe even before the business started. Like what was like the light bulb moment where it's like, all right, I got to do this.
I don't know if it was like, I don't know if I ever had a moment where I was like, I have to do this,
Yeah.
but I remember I would talk to people about it and I would get, like, goosebumps. And I, like, if I started talking about it, like, you couldn't shut me up. And people are like, "You're, like, lighting up when you talk about organizing." Like, I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what's happening, but, you get, like, excited about
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah.
And I feel like no matter how scary it is, when it feels that good to talk about it or to even, like, dream about it, like, that's like that's
You're
the
onto
direction
something.
you have to go in. You have to follow that.
Mhm.
And so for me, it was like, I just, even though I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I've never owned a business, but, like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to figure it out because it feels right. I would think that that's probably called, like, alignment,
Yeah.
So
The stars are aligning
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. You're calling the
yeah.
universe telling you
And
something.
maybe this is not a forever thing either, but, like, in that moment, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Hmm. So, was there ever a point where you felt like quitting,
Oh my
where it
God.
was too much?
All
Because
the
obviously
time.
you're raising a family,
Yeah.
you have a husband. Did you have like a full-time job when you first launched the business?
Yeah, so I was working as a nurse full time,
Okay.
and then I ended up going per diem, which in the medical field means, like, you come and go when you want, but you have certain requirements you have to meet. So for me, it was like working 2 weekend shifts a month was my requirement. And I was working like a full time nurse, and then I would cut back as I got more projects. And then eventually got to the point where my schedule was, like, full with projects. And I was like, well, at one point I went 4 months without doing any nursing. And it it just came to me one day and I was like, what am I afraid of? Like, why am I so afraid to let go? And I know I worked really hard for that degree and that
Yeah, yeah.
career, but I was like, I can always go back to it. And so I made the decision to stop the nursing and just go full force with organizing.
Okay. But
Yeah.
with the organizing, was there ever a point where you felt like this is too much or
Oh, for sure. Like, all the
yeah,
time. all all the time.
daily?
Yeah. I would say there's, like, peaks, and when business is good, it's really good. And then when business is bad, it's bad. And I have a lot of organizing friends that can speak to that. I will say, like, sometime last fall, I was, like, having almost like what I felt like a midlife crisis where I was like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? Like, am I even really good at this? And, like, again, that's like that inner fear speaking, because obviously you're good at it. Like, you have clients that are coming back to you over and over and over
Yeah.
and referring you to other friends. And I had a moment where I was like reevaluating, like, is this really what I want to do? And I was talking to somebody and they're like, you just have to be like open to the universe. Because when you try to control everything and like you think you're gonna, this is A, B, and C, this is what's gonna happen next. It never works that way. And you're being forceful. This is gonna get really woo-woo, okay?
That's fine.
But like it feels like you're trying to control your future. And we all know like we can't control it, right? We have decisions we can make. But if you can just be open to what the universe is going to bring you. And so I literally sat there and I was like, all right, I got off the phone with her and I was like, I'm open. I was like, I'm
Do you
open. Like,
meditate?
yeah, I try to meditate, but my
Okay.
mind won't stop.
Yeah.
And I know that's what you're supposed to do in order to get your mind to stop.
Yep. Yep.
But I was like, I'm literally open to whatever it is. Like maybe it's not the path that I think it's going to be, but tell me like, and I'm not like super spiritual or religious, but to me it felt very spiritual. And I literally like opened my eyes and I checked my email and I had like a new inquiry right then and there. And I was like, okay, that's like a positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all
That's
I
a
needed.
sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from there, I've just been really open to new possibilities. And we have been like nonstop. January was our busiest month ever.
Awesome.
And we're just like steamrolling ahead. So
Besides the, what do you call it? Fufu? Fufu?
the woo woo,
Woo woo?
the woo woo.
And like being open to what the universe gives you.
Yeah.
What else helps you forge ahead? What else motivates you and keeps you going when things might not be necessarily going the way you want them to go?
Yeah. Remembering the why.
Okay.
I feel like, and that was something we used to say in nursing too, like remember the why. Like why when things start to get like chaotic,
Yeah.
remember the why.
What's your ultimate why though?
It's knowing that I can help somebody
Okay.
and like that relief they feel. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we do QT projects. We do like,
Upgrades and that
yeah,
type
yeah. We
stuff,
do a
yeah.
lot of things that are like aesthetic, but ultimately I'm there so that that client can go to bed and like
Feel better
sleep.
about themselves,
Yeah.
feel better about their
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah. Feel less guilt,
Yeah.
feel less shame. That's what it's all about. It's
Yeah.
all shame. Every single person I walk into their house, you were like the only one that didn't say it. And it's also because I was not here for a consultation. But like them knowing that I'm an organizer, the first thing they say, they're like, oh my God, don't judge me. When you walk in my house, don't judge me. And I'm like, it's shame. It's like everyone thinks that somebody's going to shame them for their current situation, but there's no shame. Like it's literally like, no, this is like tic-tac-toe. Like I'm like it's a puzzle for me. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
fun doing this. It's not for me to sit here and judge you.
Yeah. So, how do you define success today versus how you defined it as a child?
Okay. So I would think as a child that I was like, okay, we got to make a lot of money. Like that's success, right? Like have a career that people like, oh, that's so cool, whether you're a celebrity or a medical professional, whatever. But now success to me is being able to volunteer at the library at my daughter's school and be there for her book fair, but also make money this week to help support and pay for our bills and also be able to pay to go on vacation.
Yeah.
It's a balance. It's about being present in the life that I want to have. It's really hard to get caught up in the like wanting more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to kind of just like pinch yourself and say like, oh, I actually have everything that I wanted, you know?
Yeah.
It's that flexibility. Like I want to be there for my kids. I want to be there for myself. I want to have the time to like take yoga if I want to take yoga or read my book if I want to read my book. And I want to be there for my husband and my family.
Love it. So, what was I going to ask you? I blanked out.
It's okay.
It's that 5 a.m. wake up. My son having a bad dream. It's fucking me up today. Thanks, Lorenzo.
Shout out Lorenzo.
We'll watch this in 5 years from now. So, being a mom, right?
Yeah.
You have 2 kids?
2 girls, yeah, 6
girls.
and 8.
Okay. What is that like? Just like running your own business, being a mom, having to be there for your kids, for your husband. Like, talk about that a little bit.
Oh my God. So initially, it was really hard to balance because when you're first starting a business, like you think that you have to give all of yourself to it. And, definitely you need a supportive partner because without a supportive partner, you're not going to get anywhere. But I would say like my oldest, I think, had the hardest time with it because she was like cognizant of the fact that I was always like, okay, I got to go to like a consultation. Mommy will be right back. Or I got to go to
Yeah.
the Container Store. I'll be right back. Um, and so like I had a really hard time with it. Like she broke my heart. And I actually started going to therapy literally because of that, like the mom guilt. And I think that not everybody feels that way, but like because I'm choosing to leave them, it's my own business. Like my boss is not telling me you got to be at work today at 9 a.m. So it felt different. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm choosing to go while she's awake, or which is so ridiculous, right? But before, as a nurse, I left before they were ever awake, and I got back home when they were already asleep. So they would go 3 full days without seeing me when I
Mhm.
worked 3 shifts back to back. But it felt different. They weren't saying goodbye to me all the time, and now they were. I'm home every day to take them to school. I'm there a lot to pick them up from school, but it's just different. So that was like we all had to get used to that.
Yeah, yeah.
But therapy helps very much.
They don't know it, right? Because they're young.
Yeah.
But like you're choosing to go to give them a better life.
Yeah.
They don't know that now.
Yeah.
They'll find that out later on. But
Right.
like that's the reason you're doing that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it's hard for them to see that at such a young age.
Yeah. But it's really
You know?
cool too because I've seen a shift. So my daughter was at a play date the other day and the mom texts me and she goes, "They're so cute. Lucy is going through," and this is her friend's closet, helping her pick what she's keeping and what she's
Oh
donating.
my God.
So I was like, all right.
So she's getting into it
Yeah,
already.
she's getting into it. And then
Yeah.
she'll joke around that she wants to come and work with me. And you know what? If this teaches her anything, it's that, mommy wanted to do this and she did.
Yeah.
And one day you feel like doing something, do
Do
it.
it. Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid. And my husband owns a business too. So I think
Mhm.
she sees that. Like, she's proud to be in a family of business owners.
Love it.
Yeah.
How are your kids like in terms of spaces and is it
Getting organized, keeping
yeah.
organized.
Is it crazy, messy, or is it like
No, so like it can get like they're kids, right?
yeah.
They're gonna play and they don't really feel like cleaning up all the time. But I will say they love to have their desks cleaned. And when they're not cleaned, like they stress out. They're like, "This is yours, it's not mine." And they're putting it on each other's desk.
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah.
like, "Don't touch my space." So I will say that they're pretty organized. They're pretty organized. Probably the first child is more organized than the
Yeah.
second because they're just like tornadoes. But yeah, they thrive off of organization. I think most kids do,
Mhm.
you know?
This might be a common sense question, but like are kids more disorganized than adults or are adults more disorganized than kids? Like the answer should probably be kids, right? But like in your experience, like
That's a
what
really
you've
good
seen.
question. I I think kids are only disorganized because we don't understand them. Because if you meet a child who's like 10 years old who has like all the little trinkets, like they know exactly where everything is. They know where to find it. It might not look like it's organized, but it's organized to them.
Mhm.
The reason kids dump their toys is because they're looking for that one little one at the bottom of the basket. And we've overcomplicated it by throwing it all into like one basket, right? So that's why less is always more with kids.
Yeah.
They get overwhelmed. This is like my one big analogy that whenever I'm talking to parents, I'm like, would you sit down and be like, "Okay, kids, it's time for dinner. Here are your options: chicken fingers, hot dog, popcorn, pizza, grilled cheese." Like, do you just keep listing things or do you give them two? Because if you gave them 15 or whatever, they're going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So you
I
give
mean, I
them,
just got overwhelmed.
right, right. You're like, so less options
Yeah, yeah,
means that they become less overwhelmed. They can think more clearly. And it's the same thing in a playroom. So it's usually our fault that our kids are disorganized.
yeah. Okay.
They have too much.
So would your answer be adults then?
So I think adults tend to be more disorganized because
And they pass that on to their offspring?
maybe, maybe. I mean, kids will copy us.
Yeah.
So a lot of my clients are like, "I'm doing this because I want to set an example for my kids."
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. So, level 30, right? Let's equate this to a video game.
I was like, wait, where are we?
You gotta
Level
get
30.
you gotta get to level 30, right?
Okay.
What level are you currently at in life, in business, in general?
Whoa. Um, That's a really hard question. I would say I'm probably like at 15
Okay. Halfway
because
there.
yeah, I think there's so much growth that can still happen, but I've also grown so much. Like and again to you too being a business owner, but like whenever we're questioning like how far we've come, think about like what the person 5 years ago would have thought of us now. So it's important to remember how far we've come. So I definitely think I've come a very long way, but I still have a lot to learn and a
Yeah.
lot to grow.
How do you get to level 30?
Stay fearless
Okay.
and continue to grow, whether it be the team, whether it be what we do,
Mm-hmm.
the services that we provide. I don't know.
Talk about the services a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, talk about all the services that you guys
Okay.
offer.
So it's decluttering, helping you figure out what stays and what goes. We
Yep.
take donations with us. We set up junk removal services. Shout out to Angelo.
Yep.
We also do closet design, closet installation. We have started styling and decorating playrooms while also organizing them. We work with extreme cases, right? Like hoarding. We do packing and unpacking for clients who are either doing a renovation or moving. So it's literally if your home is feeling chaotic, whether it's because you're in a transition, like a move or a renovation, or because it's just chaotic as it is, we come in and make it better
Okay.
in any way possible.
Love it.
Yeah.
Would you say that a hoarder, like that's a problem? Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yes. So, but the thing is, hoarding is a mental illness.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
people don't choose to be hoarders. It's a side effect of something else that they're suffering with. And honestly, most organizing and just like the disorganization that happens in a home is usually a byproduct of something else going on.
Interesting.
And it helps to gain back that control so that
Yeah.
you can then push past it to get better in other ways. But yeah, I mean, hoarding is something that like therapy and organizing need to happen
Like, it's a
simultaneously.
legit mental illness.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like
Interesting.
people will be like, I'm a hoarder. Like, no, you're
Yeah.
not. You're not a hoarder. It's an extreme case.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. So I like to ask every guest 5 questions. Call it the Forged 5. You ready?
Okay.
You ready for them?
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
What is a habit that you attribute most of your growth to?
Putting myself out there. So just the other day, I saw a truck driving up. We were at a red light, and her bumper sticker, she had like one of those business magnets, and it was something along the lines of like renovation, custom builds, and whatnot. But it was homes. I can't. I'm gonna butcher her business name, but her name was Jen, and I remember thinking like, oh, it's a woman doing all this stuff, and I was so intrigued. So literally, I looked her up like right then and there,
Yeah.
followed her, and then later that evening messaged her and I was like, "Hey, I saw you driving around. Like, let's get coffee. Like, I want to learn more about what you're doing." And so I don't know that everybody would do that. Like some people might be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then just keep driving.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
for me, I was like, this is an opportunity. So I see opportunity and I just make connections.
But you reached out to me, right? You reached
I
out
think
to
we may,
us.
possibly, yeah. So like
Yeah.
I'm just always like
Putting
meeting
yourself
people.
out
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Love it.
You never know who you'll meet.
Exactly. What is a failure that you're most grateful for?
Um,
It could be personal or it could be business related or
yeah,
both.
I failure. I would say I don't know that there's one big failure, but I would say anytime someone has criticism or feedback, I listen to it. Instead of taking it personally and getting defensive, I try to understand like how can I be better? So I think every failure is a learning opportunity. Um, yeah. I don't have like one specific failure that I look back on
Gotcha.
that haunts me, but I would say like any little time something happens, it could be a client was like, annoyed about an issue and
Yeah.
I take it with me and I really like it makes me better for the future.
It's a learning moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. What is one truth you wish you learned sooner? Everyone has that same reaction when I ask that question.
Because there's so many truths.
Yeah.
I would think it's the knowing your value. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like you don't just because you're new doesn't mean you have to start at like $20 an hour.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
because you're new doesn't mean that you can't say that you're an expert in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you're the expert because you're the one in the room that knows what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Got it.
you don't have to go to a university to learn a degree to be an expert in something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I forget my questions, bro.
Question number 4.
Question
Take
4.
another sip of your coffee.
I know. It's cold at this point. Oh yes, I remember. My brain is chaos today.
Yeah.
So when things get chaotic,
Mhm.
stressful, overwhelming, what do you do personally to stay grounded?
At work or in my personal life?
In general, both life,
Oh.
work. I think Oscar could have done a better job at hosting this one than me.
Oscar's like, I'm good, I'm chilling. I think that this is gonna sound so ridiculous, but like it's true, like getting organized. So if things start to feel crazy, I try to organize my thoughts. Like make the to-do list. If I feel like there's a million things for me to do, okay, write them down.
Yeah.
Tell somebody what are the things that are weighing on you. And that's all part of like getting mentally organized. It's just separating it for what it is and then prioritizing it.
So you prioritize being mentally organized over like physical things.
They go hand in hand, but I
Yeah.
would say if you're feeling stressed and it's not your environment, but it's like the million things you have to do this week, then you need to write them down and you need to figure out, like my brother just started a health coaching business, and one of his things was like, what does it have to happen today? Does it have to happen this week? Or does it have to happen sometime in the future? And that's helped me tremendously because to me, it was always like, everything's got to happen right now. Like I hate
Yeah.
having a list. So that helps me get organized and
Okay.
it helps it feel less overwhelming.
Got it.
Yeah.
Do you write things down or do
Yeah.
you type them?
In my phone.
Okay.
I'm a big phone note
So you're not a
person.
pen and paper girl?
I love pen and paper, but it's just not realistic.
Why?
Because I don't want to carry like a notebook with me or like
They
a
say
planner.
they say when you're trying to manifest things,
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
better to write things down on a
Yes.
piece
Because there's
of
a
paper.
visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Rather than typing or writing it in your notes on
Yeah.
the iPad.
I like to journal
Okay.
like pen and paper.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
I'm trying to like keep my my calendar's on my phone, my to-do list is on my phone. But definitely journaling for manifestation is huge.
If I were to give you this right now and you were going to write down something that you want to manifest within the next 5 years, what would it be? Actually, you want to write it down?
Sure. Should I?
This is
You
a
just told
this is
me.
a total curveball, but listen, I like to be creative with these
right,
these
let's see.
episodes.
Hmm.
That's an erasable pen, by the way.
Okay.
So you can erase whatever you write if you don't like.
Yeah. Okay. I've got one, and there's a little story behind this one.
How we doing on time?
44.
That's still rolling, I hope.
Yeah.
All right. So
Your face for a second, I was like, oh shit.
That's because I saw it blinking.
I was like, oh
but then
shit.
I saw like the red border like blinking, but now it's good.
You wrote it down?
yeah. So it's ask for help, which
Okay.
I know is not like a thing that I'm manifesting, but I think I'm always helping everyone else that I forget to ask for help too. And I met this woman at a networking meeting, and she's a manifestation coach. And her and I had a really nice talk, and then she did like this huge assessment on me, and we had like a whole call about it, and she reviewed it with me, and she's like, "Why don't you ask for help?" And I was like, where'd you get that information? And she's like,
Yeah.
"It's right here. Like, where's the guilt? Where's the shame for asking for help?" And I was like, "Holy shit, like maybe it's because I always thought like I had to do everything, like the independence and like if I asked for help, maybe it was weakness. So like I always had to prove myself and blah, 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 blah." So
Gotcha.
anyway, I stumbled upon this video. It was going back to woo woo. It was like the winter solstice, right? And you write down for 13 days on a journal, 13 things that you want to manifest for yourself. or things
In
like
13 days or just in general?
just like in general, a list of
Got it.
13
Okay.
and like or things that you think that you need in your life. And I wrote down 13 things and I cut them all into like little strips and you put them in a jar and every day you take one and you burn it. You don't even get to look at it. But after the 13th day, it was something to do with like the moon was in like this corner of it, whatever. So on that 13th day, you take the last one in the jar and you have to see what it is. And it was ask for help. And I was like, holy shit. It's like it keeps popping up.
Mm-hmm.
And when my friend was telling me like be open to the universe, part of her message was like ask the universe for help.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we like to be in control, but we really have to let go of a little bit of control.
Got it. I love that.
Yeah.
Before the final question of the Forge 5, throwing another curveball in here, but what's the biggest lesson you've learned in life, in business, from a mentor, from your parents, from...
One of the biggest lessons, and this is from a psychiatrist named Stutz. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Stutz.
I think his name is.
That's his last name or his
is
first
Stutz.
name? Oh, okay.
It's a docu-series with Jonah Hill, where it's his therapist, and they do a whole docu-series. You would actually love it. I highly recommend you watch it.
Stutz.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's he says that people are always looking to like for the next thing, but there will always be three things in life that there will always be pain, work, and I think the last one was suffering. And it's like if you can just accept that those three things will always be there, like it'll actually free you, because people think that like, well, if I just do this, there will be less work. Or like if I do this, there will be less pain and
They
stuff.
try to avoid those three things when it's...
Or they think that there's like an answer to like get out of it.
Yeah.
But the truth is it will always be there. So if you can just accept that, then like you stop always looking for the next best thing just because.
Got it. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of goes hand in hand with that other saying of like, there's like three permanent things in life: death, taxes, and...
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the other one?
I don't know, but it's 100%. That's exactly what it is.
That's what I thought of when you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, last question. You ready for it?
Okay.
What does Forged for Greatness mean to you?
It means we are all forged for greatness, but whether you believe it or not, is your choice. So that's what it means to me. So it means listening to your inner voice, knowing your potential, knowing your value, and just going with it.
And having faith in the process.
Yeah, just like knowing what's the worst that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
There will always be something else you can do. I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, we can always find something to make money.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah.
Question for both of you. My wife says I have a lisp, but only in these episodes.
Okay.
In real life, she said when I'm talking, like I'm fine. Like she doesn't hear
Is
a
it
lisp.
the microphone is picking up on a lisp?
I don't know. But like I feel like
Do you hear it when you watch yourself?
not really, but like when I just asked you what does Forged for Greatness mean to you, I feel like I heard a lisp. And now I'm like in my fucking head. And like it's bugging me out.
I don't think I hear a lisp.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Between
I don't.
No?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're not lying to me, are you?
I'm not lying.
No.
All right.
We're lying to him, right?
What
Okay.
what does Forged for Greatness? What does Forged for Greatness? Yeah, I feel like it's fine.
No.
I feel like it's fine.
Well, you can watch it back, but I don't think you have a list.
No.
No.
If anything, you might like roll like your words start to like maybe sometimes mush together. If anything, I don't think it's a lisp per se, but maybe like I don't think I hear you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I got you.
I don't think it's like a lisp though. I think if anything, sometimes like you're just I do the same thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we speak fast and then
Yeah. What's next for you, Carol? On both a business level, personal level?
okay, what's next for me is that I I'm like dying to open like a short-term rental business.
Okay.
So I want to buy a second home, rent it out. I want it to be like an escape for people. And I want to like again, I think this goes back to like the interior design and like the creativity, but I want it to just be like a beautiful place for people to go to. So that's, you know, when I told you, like, people are like, wow, you light up when you talk about it.
Yep,
When I
yep.
started talking about this a couple months ago, people were like, you're like,
Yeah.
so this is your next thing.
I love
So
it.
like bringing tidy home's not going anywhere, but maybe it's like a different expansion of that, you know?
Love it. Personally, though, on a personal level.
On a personal level, I want to like challenge myself to just continue to be a better version of myself. So like mental health is big for me. Physical health, I would, you know, that's a big one for me. And I want to just be more disciplined in myself, but also like loving myself more.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm at in my journey right now, is like,
And with family,
yeah,
more family time,
yeah,
more
exactly.
vacations, more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More balance.
Okay.
Definitely.
Where can people find you on Instagram?
Bringing tidy home.
Okay.
We are on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we have our website. Maybe one day we'll have a podcast. Who knows?
There you go. There you go.
But yeah.
Don't compete with me, though.
No. You would be my
Okay.
guest.
Oh, okay. I got you. Got you.
Just. But yeah.
What would you call it?
What would I call it?
What would the concept be? You bring on
Cluttered
all
mind, a cluttered mind,
Yeah.
something like that.
What would you bring on? Like
The tidy
all these-
mind. I don't
these
know, like
hoarders and-
specialists or. I have no plans for a podcast.
Oh my God.
None.
You bring
What?
on all these hoarders and you just like.
Oh my God, no.
No, that'd be hilarious.
No, it would not be a very entertaining show.
Like, let's pretend you're a hoarder right now, and I'm just like, your house looks like shit. Like, it'd be like therapy for them.
It would be therapy. Well, like,
Yeah.
that's what we do is therapy. It's
Yeah, yeah.
therapy. It's therapy. I'm also gonna go and like give you a free consultation now.
Okay.
We're gonna
alright.
go through. We're gonna look at your house.
The garage is definitely not tidy.
Okay.
No.
Garages are so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't even use the garage. We just throw shit in there.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, but I'm telling you, we feel really good.
Yeah. I mean, we just moved in too. We moved in, what, September?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have a lot of stuff yet.
Yep. Yeah.
You're not cluttered yet.
Believe me, we have a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit, yeah. Especially with Lorenzo, all
Yeah.
the toys.
Little
and,
people bring a lot of big stuff.
I said to her, I'm like, enough with
I know.
the
This is a
gifts.
PSA to all grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, please stop buying stuff. Please. Don't buy your love.
Yeah, for real.
Stop buying your love.
Oh my God.
No, it's very nice, but please. Easter's coming up too. I mean, I know, like, I don't know if this is airing after Easter, but Easter's another one. It's like just things.
Oh, it's unnecessary.
Our kids are so spoiled.
Carol, I appreciate you coming
Yes.
on.
It was a pleasure.
awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Best of
Always.
luck with the business. You're kicking ass though. You said
Thank you.
January was your best
Yeah.
month ever?
Yeah, ever.
Yeah. Love it.
Ever.
Love
Yeah.
it. Once again, plug the Instagram
Yes.
for the audience.
So it's at Bringing Tidy Home.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with Carol from Bringing Tidy Home. Once again, greatness isn't given, it is forged. If this episode bring you any value, share with a loved one, a friend, drop some comments on the YouTube channel, and message us on Instagram if you or someone you know would be a great guest for Forged for Greatness. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.